who's talking first?
Who's talking first, Rachel?
Who is talking first? I don't know.
Well, it's not Margaret today.
We have not figured this out yet.
No, but good morning, Margaret. We miss you. Margaret is at home recovering from a little bit of a cold, I think. So Rachel and I are pinch hitting for her. We're holding down the fort. So good morning, everyone. It's University of Sewing Friday morning Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
What have you got this morning, Miss
Today
Rachel?
this is our Facebook Live prize. Remember, if you hit share and you comment on our Facebook Live that you have shared our video today, then you can be entered to win this panel. We got a beautiful, fun winter scene of a group of snowmen, a snowman family, I suppose.
They're so cute. I think
they
I might
are
need
so
to add
cute.
this one to my
We think
collection.
this panel is perfect if you want to do some free motion quilting to
yes, we
really
do.
emphasize like this beautiful, adorable little scene.
I could see some cute little clouds quilting.
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have a really special Facebook Live giveaway today, because if we get 20 shares today, then you can get a second snowman panel. Absolutely, like it entered to win the drawing of the second snowman panel.
Right.
So, you can get
so we'll
two
give away
of them.
two to two different people. That want to make sure we make that clear. And
Sorry.
that's okay. That's
We'll
right.
have two winners today.
But be sure that you share and encourage your friends to share. It really does mean so much to us. This time of year, there's a lot of talk about local businesses, small businesses, and how important your dollars are. And I think I heard something like 68% of every dollar spent locally stays locally. So we would encourage you to do that, whether you're doing that here,
makes a lot of
maybe
sense.
you're online and shopping with us, or even your own local quilt shop. We certainly appreciate all of that. So share,
Share, like, and then two people could win these adorable little
You mean
panels.
like our good friend Kathy already did?
Kathy
Well,
is
hi,
spot
Kathy.
on
Thank
every
you.
time. We can guarantee on you, Kathy.
You are
Thank
Johnny on the
you.
spot. You were right
Thank you.
there. I'm going to
Thank
quickly
you.
fold this up because we have some other exciting things to talk about
Just
today.
a few things.
Did you guys know? Did you know that the entire month of December, all Bernina feet and accessories are 25% off? Have you been like saving up your pennies for that special couching foot?
I was going to say, what one are you going to get? Because we all have a list in our head, right?
Oh, I really want to get the ruler work set.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. That's a great way
'cause,
to do
like,
that.
We've been talking a lot about, because Denise is the ruler work queen, and we've been talking a lot about doing ruler work. I have not yet gotten the
It's
ruler work
so
set
much fun.
for my long arm, and I want to get it.
It's so
And
much
this 25% off is a big one. So if you have been looking for that special foot, and you know the Bernina feet, they are solid, they are hefty, they never fail.
You know, we've talked about this, but it's been a long time, I think, since we've talked about how the Bernina feet are made. And I think it's kind of interesting.
Yes.
They are not cast, which means it's not molten liquid that's poured and then formed. They're milled. So they've got a solid piece that they actually cut.
They are solid. Are they steel? Is that what they stainless steel?
Is that what they are, Dave?
Is that what they
I
are,
don't know.
Dave? Yes,
They're,
okay.
They're stinking heavy, whatever they are.
They are.
So
They can't be aluminum. They're too heavy
They
for
are
that.
too heavy to be aluminum, but they are just the most solid, hefty sewing feet. You know, they never get. I know that on some domestic machines, like the feet get scratched and dinged, and bent, and like if there's a needle strike, then these things will just go and go and go.
It's funny.
They're
I think
amazing.
sometimes I'll hand somebody a foot, and when we're talking about the quality of the feet and why the Bernina feet do cost a little more than a lot of the others, there's a reason for that. But then when you put it in their hand and they've never held a Bernina foot before, you can almost see them go, oh man, it is a little heavy, isn't it?
It's heavy. It's a hefty.
They are definitely worth it. And we talked yesterday about, the great foot sale that we're having. Curious, what's your favorite foot and what's on your foot wish list? I think I want to get the curved foot for my L890 serger. I'm thinking that might make doing some of those little curves a little easier.
That's a good one. I've been thinking about doing also a cupped foot
Yes.
for my long arm.
Yes.
I don't use the cupped foot yet. I just use the traditional quilting foot. And I really
like
and Margaret keeps telling me like you're gonna love the cupped foot. So
Cup foot is great for going over any appliques, some of those thick
Anything.
seams. It gets a little bumpy in places, and yeah, they're all good. You can't go wrong. That's the point, guys. So
wonderful. And those
definitely check those out.
25% off. And if you are shopping online, I want to let you know, if you are shopping online and you want to get this deal, the code is DEC25. DEC25.
I'm so glad you said that. I wouldn't have known that, but that's important details.
And then just to clarify a little bit, so the percentage off is on the presser feet And
all of the accessories.
Well,
not all.
Not quite. Oh.
So the
Embroidery hoops, the ones that are packaged by Bernina. So it'll say Bernina on the packaging, not a sticker on it that says that it's for a Bernina machine. It'll be a Bernina packaging. And then, of course, all of the luggage. And guys, that luggage is so cool.
So amazing.
But it is not inexpensive either. This is a fantastic time to do that. And maybe somebody wants to get something for you for Christmas, but they have no idea what to do with sewing things. The luggage, if you don't have it, is so nice.
Mm-hmm. Anytime you want to take your machine to a retreat,
or you're bringing it here to a class.
Or you're bringing it here, just a rolling luggage cart. Because, those machines are heavy.
They are heavy.
That's a workout hauling those things around.
Are heavy. Now, if your loved one who has, said that they want to get you some sewing things, maybe they don't want to do the luggage. They don't know what feet. They just haven't got a clue what to get you.
Which is fine.
It happens. We have another suggestion. How about a gift certificate? Yes, you can get these online, and yes, you can use them online. If you have any questions, just give us a call about this. It's also on the website, universityofsewing.com. So, great idea. They don't expire.
That's
we
right.
love to see these.
We love
So when I was showing the one poster there, we're talking about being open that offers through the 31st.
Correct.
Oh, yes, but we will not actually be physically open through the 31st. That's a good thing to remember. We have 2 more weeks of the shop being open, physical location being open. But please remember, you can always order online from us. Our website is fantastic. It has everything in the shop on the website, just about everything in the
Those
shop.
online elves operate 24 hours a day. Just
That's
so you know.
right.
The shipping department, maybe not so much. But the online elves do. So that's all right. That's right. Yeah.
So
definitely.
we're actually going to be closing on from December 22nd.
2 weeks from today is our last day for the year.
Yeah, and then we'll
we come
be
back to
opening
3rd.
again on January 3rd. So
with all kinds of exciting new things. For
so
you too.
many new things. So let's go and talk about some of these new things by coming over here. Where are we heading to next?
Well, we've got some sale things. Let's go over and visit with our little cave machines.
Oh, they're so pretty.
They are so pretty, and it doesn't matter whether it's, gift giving season or not. It's just they're just so cute, guys.
Oh, and I had written down what everything costs, and then I set it down. Just a second.
So let's just review what we've got here for the cave. We've got the 770 QE Plus, which is the big one for the cave. Look at this gorgeous design on here. It's really sweet, I think. Anybody that knows Kaif is familiar with him, with his big, bold prints and big, bright, in-your-face kind of colors. I almost think these are a little subdued for him. So maybe he toned it down a little bit for us. And then we've also got a 570, which I will say this was one of my first newer Berninas. And it's just such a neat little machine. It's a good size to take to retreats. It's heavy, but it's not so heavy. You can do some beautiful things on those.
There's a definite reason why the 570 is one of the most popular Berninas.
Oh, I believe it.
Because you get the Bernina Stitch Regulator, the BSR. You get the dual feed.
Can't live without my dual feed.
You cannot live without the dual feed. Oh my gosh.
Especially if you're quilting.
Remember, the dual feed is basically like a built-in walking foot
a
on your
little baby
machine.
walking
Like
foot.
it's just a little baby walking foot, and it just makes all of your stitching perfect. This little guy right here is selling right now for $56.49.
And he comes with all kinds of goodies.
And comes with like a bunch of stuff. There's like a big bundle going on with it right now. I'm not gonna be able to find it.
We have lots
right
of bundles to talk about today
have
too.
lots of bundles
and we
to
don't
talk
want to
about.
leave the little baby cave
Little
out.
baby.
Mr. 475 here.
475.
This really is kind of the perfect retreat size. I mean, it really is.
Yes.
Nice and little. It does not have the dual feed like the 570, but it, like any other Bernina machine, has a beautiful stitch. Tons of different stitches built in. And of course, the gorgeous color and the Bernina quality that we
Bernina
expect
quality.
and love.
And
And
this
they
is
all
actually
have the
something.
jumbo bobbin.
And they all have the jumbo bobbin. Yes, you get about 70% more thread on that bobbin than you do with the traditional, like, tiny little plastic bobbins that you use for other domestics. You get so much more thread in your bobbin. I once actually
The downside to that, you don't get to play the bobbin game as often.
That's true. You're not.
You don't get to
you're not
lose
playing
the bobbin
playing
game
thread
as often.
roulette as often.
Yeah.
But one of the things these are all the quilting edition. So they're all like designed to go through like your heavier materials. And I remember when I first started working here, somebody was telling me about the different machines, and they said the 475 honestly if you want to just do piecing, they're like, this thing is the workhorse. That's what, like, you can just do all of your piecing for your quilts on the 475 because it's just that great little machine. And that is selling right now for $32.99. Super affordable.
Absolutely.
Like, and can you imagine how happy somebody would be to see that under the tree?
Right?
Oh my gosh.
All it needs is a bow. You don't even need to wrap it. Just put the little bow on it.
Pretty.
And you're good to go, guys. Now, the 770 and the 570 also are embroidery capable. So if you want to get your gorgeous piecing, your perfect quilting, and then maybe embroider your quilt label or a sweet little design under your quilt.
Or maybe put a name on a stocking.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yep.
how wonderful
And the
would that be?
770 comes with what?
Oh, with an embroidery module for free.
And that's the new high speed.
Is that the high speed one?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to check if that was the high speed one.
Yes, and I'm trying to remember on
And
some
that
of the
is
designs.
a huge value.
Some of the designs on the high speed, what is it they say, Dave, are like 40% faster? Is that about the ballpark?
It is in that ballpark. Right now, we're still trying to figure out, because I've been able to do a lot more things with the new embroidery unit that I couldn't do with the other one. So.
Wow.
It's amazing.
They're so much fun to play with.
They're so much fun to play with.
And so if you've never done any embroidery or maybe any quilting and you're thinking, what a great idea, but I have no idea how to do that.
Well, we have a solution for that as well.
We do. We really are the place for the answers.
Every time that you purchase a machine from the University of Sewing, not only do you have access to people who will work on your machine, because we are a Bernina dealer, we will service them for you. You get your first year's like maintenance service for free when you purchase from us. But when you purchase a machine from us, you also get to take a class from us, from one of us who know all about the machine. We're not just like, some random people on the street. We're all actually sewists here.
Myra's a little picky about who she hires.
We are all actually sewists here. We're all very passionate about what we do, and we will go through and teach you how to use your machine. All of those little features. Yeah. So if you're feeling, and I know that some people come in and they say they feel intimidated, especially by like the digital display, and they're like, I don't understand what all the options are. Don't worry. Like we all have taken. I've been on like the Bernina online. I've taken the Bernina online classes, the training, so we know how to do all the stuff, and we can show you how to do it. We'll show you how to stitch your name into your own, like.
And the cool thing, because we all actually own Berninas, it's kind of convenient that it works out that way. But if you've got a question that maybe the book doesn't answer, odds are somebody here is going to say, oh yeah, I've done that. Let me tell you. This is what you need to know. Here's the tip. Here's the trick.
We have all the answers, and there are never any secrets. We want to tell everything to everybody.
Yes. We love doing it, and we are convinced that you're going to love the same process as well. Absolutely. So let's move back this way to where Rachel and I really like to hang out.
We really like to hang out back here. I just hang out back here. I just come here and I pet things.
All the cool kids come and hang out in the corner. So we're back in our long arm Q land. We've got our beautiful Q20 here in the table. This is great for sit down quilting. You can do free motion quilting. You can do ruler work quilting on this. You could do any size, any type, whatever you want. And then Rachel is over here at our Q16 Plus. Tell us about that one.
So this is our Q16 Plus on this studio frame. Studio frame is really great because the studio frame can go from 5 feet wide to 10 feet wide. And we have it set up obviously for the 10 feet. This is actually the setup that I have, except that I have the Q20. So I get 4 extra inches of quilting space, which is so nice. It
4 inches doesn't sound like a lot.
So special.
Until
you are quilting. And you can and all you have to do is advance the quilt a few clicks, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I'm at the end. There
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely.
I absolutely adore this machine. I use this machine this is all for free motion quilting. As I just said, I have not actually set up for any ruler work yet, but it's amazing. It's smooth. It purrs like a kitten. I just love this machine. And this, I believe, is on sale right now for $89.99, which is the Q16 with the studio frame is on sale now for $89.99. If you want to set up like exactly what I have, you can get a Q20 on a studio frame for $15,499. Let me just double check to make sure I got that number correct. I did. I got that number correct. Yes.
Thank you, winner.
And that is an amazing deal. I work here, and I think that I actually paid more for mine. So this is like an incredible sale going on.
Yeah,
do you want to talk about the Q-matic?
Well, yes, or Q Magic, as Margaret has mentioned that it's often called, and it is magical. I have a Q20 also. I do have it on the Pro frame, and about a year ago I added the computer with it, and
is your life just so much easier now because of that?
I said to my husband recently, it's so nice to be able to get my quilt top done and then go, and now I'm going to go finish it. Instead of, okay, now I have to get in touch with my long armor, I have to make arrangements for that, then I have to pay them, and I can just go and do it at my convenience. With a setup like this, you can do free motion, which is so much fun. You can do ruler work, which is really, really cool. And I will say, if you do ruler work, you're also going to do some free motion. And or you can have the computer set it up and do it for you. It is so nice to have the option to do whatever you want.
Anything that you want.
Yeah. So am I hearing that if you buy one of these, there are people that know how to use these things?
Imagine that, Dave. Imagine that. And how often have we taken phone calls that somebody says, help, I can't get it to, how do I?
And I'll be like, okay, so first thing you're going to have to do, you got to make sure that it's,
You can come in. We're happy to help you do that. Of course, there's lessons with these machines, just like any other machine you buy here. But we've taken phone calls. We've done Facebook with people, FaceTime them to say, oh, here's what your issue is. You need to move your foot up a little bit.
And may I say, we understand that these are big investments.
They are big investments.
And so if you want to come in and you want to try before you buy, you want to take something for a test drive, we like for right now on our Q16, we have our little sample long arm fabric all set up. This is our little practice fabric, this Amanda Murphy. It's great for learning how to trace the little lines and figure out what you're doing. We let you play with it as much as you want. We'll stand right here. We'll show you how to do just the basic things on it so that you can see like, okay, yeah, I do like the way that feels. I will warn you, this is set up for short little me. So if you come here and you're like, this feels really weird and uncomfortable, don't worry. We can move the handles up for you if you're a normal sized human being.
Yes, and actually speaking of adjustments and setting things up, we have that top-notch delivery team. Dave and Aaron will come and set this up for you.
And they do.
Make sure that it's at the height that you need. And
you don't even have to worry about throwing away boxes. They take it all away. We
really are full
and we
service
try to tell
here,
people too, for that first year, don't be scared of anything. No. We will do whatever we have to do to come back to make sure you can use your new machine. And we want you to be happy.
Absolutely. And you know, if you get the 770 and you're doing something with embroidery and you're like, oh, what happened? What did I do? You're likely just to bring it in and say, help. It's a little harder with these machines.
To bring these things. These heads do weigh about 50 pounds.
They're pretty heavy.
It's a little bit hefty to come in. So, to have the guys be able to go to you.
You know what we need to do?
Such a huge thing.
We need to make superhero capes for Dave and Aaron for when they go on their rescues.
We know how to fix Berninas. What's your superpower?
And what do we charge for delivery and setup within a 60-mile radius?
I believe that would be a great big old donut hole. Yeah. That's nothing.
Yeah, and I know a lot of places don't offer that, and that's just something that we do because we know that you're going to love it, and we want you to love it, and that goes a long way towards that.
And there might be some other places that say we have this on sale for, and they'll say some ridiculous price, and it'll be like, oh, but it's another $4,000 for setup. Oh, it's another, it's another $500 for delivery. Oh, it's another, and they'll just start adding those extra charges on. We don't do that. The price that we say is the price that it is. Dunzo.
Absolutely. And they're just top-notch delivery guys, and they don't eat too much when they come by either. So
I think I gave Aaron a cup of coffee when he came to my house. I think that's what it cost me, is a cup of coffee.
I could afford that. I can handle that.
Right.
All right, so are we moving on to some...
Speaking of some quilting, I think that Denise is going to show us
something. Come this way. Let's do a little demo this morning, guys.
Because we have some fun classes coming up, and Denise is actually running this class today.
We do have this class today.
Yeah.
So the instructional team, the staff here, has been working on some fun classes and some fun ideas. Make sure that you check out the calendar regularly on the website. Again, that's universityofsewing.com. We are adding new classes and events to that all the time. One that we've got today, we're doing a Bernina stitch regulator class, and if you don't have that and your machine is capable of using that, the 25% off is a fantastic time to get that one because it probably is the most expensive foot that we have. But it is so cool, and I can show you how to get the most out of it. So we're going to do that this morning. Our afternoon class is going to be doing some ruler work on our machines. You can do ruler work on your domestic machine. You don't need to have the long arm. It's fun to do either way. So let's just do a quickie little, how do we do this? It is a bit like rubbing your head and patting your tummy, kind of. I'm not sure I'm doing that right, but so the trick to it really is to make sure that your foot is down. You do need a ruler foot. And if you notice, this is our 72 foot. It's kind of tall. The idea is that we don't want this ruler to slip underneath. Ask me how I know. Dave and Aaron had to come out and tweak my long arm because I did do that once. It happens. But all we're doing is we're getting, I should put my gloves on. It gives you a nice straight line. And of course, this is an Amanda Murphy ruler that I'm using, and her rulers are the only ones that I use. There are lots of good ones out there, but I really like Amanda's. She's got beautiful angles on them. They're well marked. You can do all kinds of angular designs with these. And it really is fairly simple. I will say the hardest part about this is figuring out what design you want to do. The actual doing of the design isn't that hard. Yes, you can also do this with your Bernina stitch regulator, which I'm not using at the moment, so my stitches are getting a little uneven, but that's okay. And let's see if I have my little sample just to show you. I've been playing with some things. This is one that I did some ruler work, and this was just playing. And of course I look at it later and go, oh, I could have done this and I should have done that. But this was a practice block, just something I had laying around, and I thought, let's see what we can do with that. So the arches were done using Amanda's Every Oval rulers. These matchstick quilting lines were done using Amanda's Every Angle. This was from the Bernina set. This is the hearts. And then the little swirlies and the snowflakes were some free motion. So like I said, if you're doing ruler work, you're also going to add some free motion in there too. And it is so much fun to just add that little touch of you. Sometimes we do that with our quilting patterns. We'll say, well, I maybe don't like that color here. I'll do this, or I'm going to tweak that. Absolutely, make the pattern your own, but then jump in and do the same thing with your quilting. And if you're unsure about that, come join us for a class. We'll give you some really, really fun ideas on how to do that. Miss Rachel.
And speaking of classes, I just thought that I would remind everybody that tomorrow afternoon, there are still seats available for making our holiday apron class. I call this apron the Santa baby apron because it's a little bit like flirty 1950s housewife. It is only $60, and you get to make your own customized, super cute holiday apron. It comes in 3 different sizes so that it can go small, medium, or large. And while we're in there, if you measure yourself and you go, oh, I don't actually like any of those sizes, we can custom make it to fit your shape exactly.
I've never heard of an apron that comes in different sizes.
Well, yes, because of like the bib.
We are different sizes.
Because we're all different sizes. Because I made this size to fit me.
It's adorable.
And then I tried it on a bunch of people, and they were like, oh, how small was the person you put this on? And I was like, it was me. And so I decided to alter the pattern to add 3 different sizes.
How cool is that?
And you can do it as either just the skirted version without the bib, or the bib version in the different sizes. And the pockets are nice and big, and we of course have the bottle of wine to demonstrate
you can
how
have
big.
The party all by yourself, right?
Well, that's the thing.
So.
You don't even need to do any cooking. If you just load
that's my
yourself
kind of apron.
up, if you just load yourself up with wine, just be like, dinner's ready. And I also wanted to point out, since this is a steal at $60, again, if you want to give somebody a gift card for Christmas, our classes are incredibly affordable. We try to make sure they're affordable for you because we want you to come and experience these things with us. But we also want to show you that if you are looking for just some little goodies to give yourself or your friends,
right.
We always have just some small items that are available for sale that you can grab. Great notions. Friction pens. Everybody needs friction markers.
Yes, you have to have some sort of marking tool.
Some kind of erasable marking tool. Wonderful charm packs and jelly rolls. little embroidery scissors, those little tiny notions.
Stunning bundles of fabric that,
Stunning bundles of
inspiration for your new projects.
Exactly, and these are great items to just give to any person who sews in your life, the sewists in your life.
Yeah.
We always appreciate a cute little pair of embroidery scissors.
Absolutely.
Need
Something
all of them.
about having tools that make you smile,
Right.
make the fun process even more fun.
And you want to feel just as inspired by your space and by your items as you are by your work.
Absolutely. I want to backtrack a little bit real quick on the subject of classes.
Oh, yes.
So we're, everybody's thinking about gift giving. We're all kind of wrapped up in that. Ha ha ha. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
That was bad.
Wow.
But as soon as that's over, right around the corner is, of course, New Year's. And I think a lot of people still do a New Year's resolution, whether it's something that they want to stop doing or something that they want to do. I've heard of a lot of people doing a thing I want to learn.
A thing I want to learn.
Right?
That's perfect.
So I'm sure there's some sewing technique or tip or something that you would like to learn how to do in the new year. Maybe you already know how to do it, but you want to learn how to do it a little better. Definitely, again, check out the website, universityofsewing.com, for the classes. There's all kinds of fun things. And if there's something on there that you're looking for you don't see, let us know.
For the new year, we're going to be looking at classes that really delve into different skills. So I know that Denise is doing some ruler work classes. I'm going to be running some free motion quilting classes. We're going to be doing some quilt as you go. We're going to talk about organic
piecing
free motion
class, if anybody's interested in that.
I think we're going to be doing a binding class. You can see different binding
Yes,
techniques because
yes.
you can bind things a million different ways.
You know
That's
what I
one of
want to do?
those
I want to
skills.
get better at borders. I would love to do like a wavy scalloped border on something.
go.
I've never tried that.
And Cheryl's offering the beginning quilting class, right?
Oh yes,
Absolutely.
and in the
Yes.
beginning of the year, yes, Cheryl's going to offer the beginning quilting class. So if you're just like, I really like this stuff, but I just don't know how to do it,
Right.
take some of our beginner classes, definitely.
Something for every skill level and literally every interest. Garment, embroidery, quilting. We've got it all covered.
Don't forget to hit share and comment that you have shared it, because we have our wonderful, cute, adorable little snowman panel. Take this guy
He
home.
really is cute.
And if 20 people do this, then we get to
give away two. Yay!
Look
We
at
haven't
how
done that in a
cute.
while, so that would be nice. So be sure that you share and then comment. In the comments, let us know that you shared. That's how we know that you shared, and that's how we know to put your name in.
And remember, the great thing about panels is that, like, if you really want to make something homemade for somebody, but you're running out of time. Oh look!
Oh, yeah.
Already half of a top
Perfect.
is done.
Perfect.
You just
Yep.
have to add some borders to it.
Absolutely.
And if you're ever worried about, like, I don't know what colors go with it, I don't know what fabrics would go with it, that's one of the reasons why we're here. Again,
we love
are
doing that stuff.
We love it. We are people who are very passionate about what we do, and we're very knowledgeable about these things. And we'll show you too exactly the fabrics that we think can coordinate with your work. I hear a lot of people talk about how they fear color theory.
Oh,
And I'm
I
like,
love
oh my
that.
goodness, let's talk about color theory all the time, please.
That's the fun part for sure. So guys, it is almost 10. We've got a class that's coming in. That Bernina Stitch Regulator class is going to start very soon. We're going to let you go for the day. Please come back and join us tomorrow. We'll have all kinds of fun new fabrics and things to talk
And
about.
I think Margaret will be back tomorrow. Is
Hopefully.
Margaret coming back tomorrow?
She's going to try.
Oh, we're going to try.
So cross
Hopefully,
your
Margaret.
fingers.
Feel
Send-
better, Margaret.
Send good
we
thoughts
miss
to
you.
Margaret, please. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.